Hello everyone, this is Voxandra, and I am just giving some commentary on my first Touhou Lunatic 1cc. That's beating the game with no continues, for those who don't know what a 1cc is. This just happened today. I'm kind of beside myself right now. I started playing Touhou probably a year and a half ago now, I would say. A little over a year and a half ago. Didn't take it too seriously for a while and just kind of played off and on. And then, you know, by the time I started getting, I was gonna say hard clear, beating it on hard for PCB, an imperishable night, but hard clear is a 2DX term. So I just kind of made myself giggle there a moment saying hard clear for beating the game on hard. But anyway, I decided to start taking the shmups in general a bit more seriously. Zero Ranger and Touhou is really what got me into it, and I didn't think I'd get to a point where I would be playing the game on Lunatic at all, really. But I love the genre now. I love Touhou immensely, and Perfect Cherry Blossom is my favorite Touhou game. And so I just really wanted to have that be my first. I'm kind of talking over stage one because stage one isn't all that interesting. Kind of customary for Touhou for it to be that way. I tried to misdirect Letty's attack there, but I was a little too slow this time. The attack's so easy that there's no real need to do that, but it's kind of like a funny parlor trick at this point. But stage one is... I've reset so many runs of stage one, not because it's hard, but just because I will die to something goofy at the start because I'm trying to get as much power as possible to kind of make it be a bit more interesting. Which it's negligible. You get extra lives in this by collecting point items, so not by your score total, but you'll see the point 26 out of 50 to the right over there, but the number of point items, and that's how you get your extends. Table turning's the only semi-threatening thing here. If she moves to the left towards the start, then her laser can be towards the middle of the screen, and that you might not expect it. And then I had to teach myself this is static, and I can just move to the right and left in the center at the end, and then it's over. So I'm playing SakuyaA because of her directed knives. Not really homing knives, but directed. They'll aim towards an enemy. And every time I tried to play Reimu B, I had a hard time with damage uptime staying under enemies and dodging patterns. It's a lot to learn all at once, and I feel like starting off with a homing type character really helps just learning to dodge the faster and more dense patterns on Lunatic than on easier difficulties. I think eventually I will find some other shot types a bit easier, but for now, the extended uptime means I end up doing more damage with SakuyaA than even Sakuya B. And that's why I kind of went with that. Plus, just having 4 bombs is nice. I had a policy, and my policy is if I have 4 bombs and I'm in any sort of danger, I am going to hit the bomb button. I, in no uncertain terms, want to die with 3 or 4 bombs. Otherwise, why am I playing Sakuya? Because Reimu starts with 3 bombs per life, Marisa 2, Sakuya 4. That's just part of the benefit to her, is having more bombs per life. So whenever I get in a dicey situation, just hit the button. Do not die with a ton of bombs. There's no reason. A lot of learning Lunatic was just using my resources. The problem is I practice the bosses a lot, but not the stage too much. So if how I play these stages looks a little sloppy, it's because I didn't practice them as much as I should. My practice for stages was just playing the levels out. Just doing a run, and if I screw up, I screw up. I love this attack. You just tap to the side slightly and then they all miss you. It's really, really good. Chen starting off was a problem for me. I would get walled off by the blue bullets here, and then stress out about the green ones approaching. And one of the interesting things is how much easier this became to read as time goes on, and as I got better. Learning, say, to look ahead on this one and just look at the blue and cyan bullets, wait for them to pass, and then shift my eyes to look for the purple and blue ones. I got a death bomb there. That's good. If I had died, I would have resetted. I was at the point where I wanted to finish stage 2 without taking a death. If I used my bombs, I used my bombs, whatever. But I knew that I could consistently get through stage 2 without dying, so I didn't want to play a run that didn't at that point. This one was screwing me up for a while until I realized you kind of stay to the left and dodge all that. And it's really not as much of a problem. Like, you gotta find the opening here, and then it looks scary, but there's actually just very small dodges you're doing, and then it's over. This one, this is where I'm most likely to die. I had a border, and I decided to break it to clear it, and then if it got too dense, I was just gonna bomb. You know, even looking at it now, I can see where to go to dodge that. But it just made sense to just use a bomb, get through, it's fine. Alice was the fight that made me think Lunatic was too hard for me for a while. When I was practicing Imperishable Night on Lunatic just to see how far I would get, I was doing okay, but Alice was just kicking my butt. It's always something with her. Like, this is not that hard of a concept, but I'm still bad at 2 circular patterns intersecting over me. And I have a hard time reading that sometimes. I also just did not route her stage portion, so I'm just like, okay, I have a border, which collects the items. I'll just try to get as many kills as possible. And then this too, I took a death and I decided to just keep going. I felt like resetting right in that moment, but I was just, whatever. I need to get a run through today, so I should just practice until I game over, and that's totally fine. But you can see where the openings show up there, but I sometimes just don't get it. And in this one, sometimes I feel like I get walled, and I'll just bomb it, and that's life. I wasn't thinking, and I needed to make sure I grabbed that extra life there. I just wanted to be able to kill these fairies up here to get a lot of point items. So I did this kind of aggressively, and I didn't even kill that one to the side. And I just wanted to get the point items. That's going to work out for me later, but for now it just looks really sloppy. So yeah, this is one where I found if I went to the side, I could dodge this start easier. And in this part, it really isn't that bad. But if I tried to stay in the middle, I would usually get clipped by one of the blue petal bullets and not even notice it. This is, I don't know, second hardest spell card in all of PCB. For me, it is. This is, I'm seeing where the opening is here, but I have such a hard time dodging that one. But I died with no bombs, so that is fine. That's a spell card I'm always planning to have to bomb should it arise. And then this one, I can get this one, but I should have went up to the left there. I'm seeing where to go right now, and I just didn't. And since I hesitated, it was kind of a dodgy situation. So I just bombed it. And then I got the border, which kind of acts as a safety net for dodging. And I kept trying to make sure I actually broke the borders to do a screen clear right before they run out, because I don't need to get the points. That's an obvious thing to dodge, but it had been killing me recently on recent runs. So it was on my mind to just use a bomb there. Especially when I have 3, it's like, whatever. This one I can dodge sometimes, but I went too far to the right here. And like, as I went over here, I realized it. And put myself into a dense situation there, so. It's, I'd been getting better at that one, but I realized my mistake right early on. And then I'm up here redirecting the start of this because you can't damage her right at the start anyway. And then I was gonna stream it over to the side. I went too far to the right, I think. And then I thought I was gonna go like left, middle, right, middle. And I kinda didn't execute it properly. So I used a bunch of bombs, but I'm going into stage 4 with 4 extra lives, so whatever. Here's where I kicked myself. I did not want to take that death there. I was kicking myself over that one. And I just used a bomb because I wanted to make sure I got to full power so I could go to the top of the screen and grab point items. And very messy start. But you gotta learn to roll with them, right? Here's where not practicing stages really bites me. There's a lot of point items to be had here. And there's definitely ways to route this so that it's better. But I just kind of wing it. And I've reached the point where I needed to do stage practice. I had been practicing a lot of Alice's spell cards, practicing Yomu and Yuyuko. And then just, you know, noticing that I screw up stage 4 and 5. And it's like, well, why am I not practicing the stage? Especially because on the second half of this stage, there's definitely a section that I am capable of dodging and is less scary than it looks. And I just never quite learn it. So all of these spinners do revenge bullets if you kill them. And so I'm just not going to fire this entire time. And they're just going to fire the aimed green bullets. And I just got to move to the side after they fire. So I'll just wait, tap, tap, tap. Don't tap too far. Do it again. Almost went too far there. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep going like this until they're gone. And then once the screen starts changing, Lily White shows up and then I can start firing. I really should learn how to dodge Lily White. But I don't I don't practice her. So I always get walled by this. And it's like, you know, this really isn't that difficult. And if I had just practiced the fight on its own a few times, I would get better at it and be fine. But what can you do? Well, what you can do is practice. Especially because, like, I can see here that the purple are, like, not aimed. Either aimed or not aimed. Like, there are openings in there. And there's a way to stream the blue bullets and dodge the purple and have it not be too much of an issue. Did I just cause them to overlap like that? Thankfully, I just got a border right before these fairies, so that'll just automatically collect everything off them. And I got an extra life there. There's a timing to go to point of collection with these fairies and grab all that. And I didn't remember the exact timing of it because, again, didn't practice the stages. This is... if I just look at this, if I had practiced this, and I stayed on one side, and then just dodge through the loops as they do their aimed fire, I could just sit to the left, dodge through 2 rings, dodge through 2 rings, wait for the next one, keep dodging through the rings of bullets there, and dodging their aimed shot. And I'm sure if I just took 10 minutes to practice this, I could probably just not use a bomb that entire time. Or if I learned how to dodge this fairy. Nope. Nope, just fire off bombs. Just use bombs. But you know, gotta get through it somehow. Since I'm playing SakuyaA, That means I gotta play Lyrica, or fight Lyrica. This is probably one of the hardest non-spells in the game. My brain just doesn't process it. And I only went in with one bomb, and my thought is don't be a hero on this. Bomb it if you have to. And I practiced it, and I cannot believe that is how I died instead of to a laser. I saw there wasn't much life left. Just finish it out. What are you gonna do? Now, I practiced the Prism River Sisters fight quite a bit. And once I'm past that non-spell, I can no-bomb the rest of this fight. That's not how it goes. But I practiced it enough. Now I'm just gonna slowly stream these bullets here while attacking Merlin. I'm pretty sure that's Merlin, right? The red one's Merlin? I always forget the name. Yeah, it's Merlin, because the white one is Lyrica, the red one's Merlin, and the black one is Lunasa. So she has really, really easy to dodge things here. They all just aim and you tap to the side. Tap to the side. Go through the blue ring, tap to the side. So I got messed up by having the border, and I didn't know where I was in the pattern there. Thankfully, everything worked out, but that was really sloppy. And then for this one, I just kind of want to be aggressive and get into the smaller loops there as high up as possible so I don't get walled off. And this is one of the spell cards I'm just very confident with. Like, I'll just get this almost every time. Now for this, for the first part here, I want to start in the middle and then move to the right, but I started in the right and accidentally got myself into a bad spot there. But I've been practicing this a lot and could no-bomb it quite a bit. I just didn't start in the right spot. And then here I kind of want to start in the middle and then move to the left as it goes. Just kind of... It's a lot to explain, but basically they're going clockwise, and the way they laser the bullets away kind of makes it easier to be on the left side than the right to dodge it. And I just look for the gaps, look for the openings, go through them. I'm pretty confident in doing this one. And that's kind of what the resource management goes with. Which spell cards am I confident with? If I'm really confident, I'm not even going to try to bomb. And then there's the really hard spell cards where if I'm in danger, I'll bomb, and I can tell when I'm in danger. The hard stuff is spell cards I'm iffy on, and if I'm gonna get hit, it's gonna blindside me. Those are the dangerous ones, and on those spell cards, if I have 2 or more bombs, I will bomb them quicker than perhaps I might normally. Just because there's the chance I will get a surprise death. Whereas there's certain spell cards Yuyuko has, where if I have 4 bombs, I'm gonna confidently... I don't know what I did there. That was a panic bomb because I went to... Again, I didn't practice the stages enough, so I go up for point of collection thinking, oh, this is a fine time to get all those juicy point items to get an extra life, and now I'm like in a bad position, get walled and die, and it's like, come on. If I just practice this, I would be totally fine. But whatever. A lot of opportunity for point items, and I just don't do it properly. Okay. Yomo. Go above her during her text. As soon as I hear the firing go off, I move down. And that misdirects the first attack. I can misdirect the second one, but it's easy enough to dodge this that I just kind of do it. And then this one, here's the deal with this spell card. Like I said, some of them give me surprise deaths. I see the opening, I go through, that's fine. But I'm thinking in my head, I have 3 bombs. I see what to do here. I don't want to die right now with 3 bombs. Just use it, get the 1-up, get through the spell card. No problem. Stream this part. Then I just kind of wait. And I stream this part, and then I decide if I need to bomb or not. And I just said, screw it. Use bomb. Now, I had practiced this a bunch against Yomu, and I found staying in the top right and then moving down as soon as the firing goes off will angle this so that I can then move up and get on top of her before that one comes down and misdirect it properly. No matter how high up she goes, Sakuya has enough time to get there the way I did it. I had watched a few videos on how to misdirect that and how different players do it, and I was looking for something consistent that I could do with Sakuya that would work well. That's what I came up with. Now, this is the hardest spell card in the game, I feel. I don't think I'm saying anything controversial here. And I had set this up to bomb as soon as the slowdown happens and move to the left. And if I time this right, she would die right before I get hit. And it didn't happen. Look at that, barely a pixel, half a pixel. I was so sad. I had practiced that so that it was just one bomb that takes it out. This one's funny. You just kind of tap to the side and move and it's over. But I don't even get to show that properly because I got a border and the border just clears it out. Now, Astra Sword. I had been practicing this and I'd been like barely 50-50. And I have 4 bombs. And this can surprise kill me. And so I was like, yep, I'm bombing it. 1 bomb will clear it if I wait a little bit before I do the first bomb. So I'm just gonna do it, get through it. I got 4 of them, use my resources. Don't die with 4 bombs. This one, if this is gonna kill me, it's gonna kill me. I practiced this a bunch and had no issues with it. And so I was not about to bomb this. If something surprised me on this one, I was taking the L. Because I was not about to bomb it. I had confidence with it. Her final one, I have pretty decent confidence in this. I had a border so I could just go through. I tried to wait for the very last moment to use it. But I was very ready to bomb this. So I can tell you right now, I saw that opening and I saw where to go to the left there. But I knew if I timed that bomb there, it was over and it was free. I want those resources. I did not want to die there. And now I have the 2 bombs to use on stage 6, because this stage is a mess. You know, if I ever get to the point where I try to, you know, no miss, no bomb, no border break this game, if I ever get to that point, I don't see it happening. But this is gonna be ridiculous. Because absolutely I'm going to bomb this. Are you kidding me? So you can't really misdirect her attack here on this one. If you can, I don't know how to do it. And also it's probably the easiest version of this non-spell. Now. I learned how to dodge this. I learned where to sit and then move back to the left and back to the right. Right between the N and the E. And then I looked and I saw I was in the wrong spot. I noticed at the last second I was in the wrong spot and I was so ready to emergency bomb it. Because I'm like, look, 3 lives, 2 bombs. Just don't take the risk. So I tried, but I immediately noticed that I was off. Now, I was pretty confident. 3 lives, 1 bomb. I'd been practicing Yuyuko, I was ready for it. This non-spell, I've been screwing up that opener quite a few times lately. So once I got through that, I knew I was feeling pretty good about today. I think this is my favorite song, just in Touhou. Now, I'm confident with this spell card, but I got the border, which made me even more confident, and I was just like, yes, thank you, this is free. And now, in the back of my mind was, that was a lot of cherry points it gave me, and it didn't quite border me. This one's easy to stream. You just kind of start at the left, go to the right. All those bullets are like not aimed, they're aimed away from you. And then you gotta kind of just go through the big ones. It always feels like the timing on the borders is that Yuyuko will give you a bunch of cherry points right at the end of a card, and it'll be so much that it gives you your border, and then it runs out before the spell even starts. Oh, this one. I had been practicing this, and I screw it up a lot. I was very ready to bomb this, and I felt that this was a spell that I could see when to bomb. But I have a hard time getting the hang of this one. And that's where I took the death. I see what to do there, but... This one I kind of have a plan of how to go through the first one and then move to the right and stay to the right. But that border kind of messed up my timing. So I didn't know where I was in the pattern. And so I kind of just got caught in the corner and then bombed because I was in the wrong position. The knives are, I think they're static. I think they always do the same thing. And so I had an idea of what to do. And the border helped me, but I did need to bomb because of it. And then this one I like a lot. I really like this spell card. And I have the system set up to go like middle, upright, down, middle. And I completely screwed it up at the start and bombed immediately. And you can kind of see me misdirect the laser flower. And then I'm kind of waiting for it to come down there, move over, wait for it to come in the middle. I went a little too far to the left, but I got it done pretty quickly, so. This is such an easy non-spell. And let me tell you, having 2 lives and 2 bombs and this far in the fight, this becomes so much harder than it has any right to be. Because it's not. This is an easy one. But I was tense up on this. Now this one, I'm very ready to be in this one static spot and then slowly tap and move them all. And then I did the border and I sat there and I didn't know where I was in the spell anymore. And so all those went off and I didn't realize it was the start of that. I thought it was the end of it. And so now I kind of moved all those bullets to the right further than they need to be. And so I couldn't do the restream properly. Completely messed that up. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty tensed up on this. This spell card isn't too bad, but yeah, I am so glad I reacted to that. But the large blue bullets, when they're aimed at you, and so I don't really need to focus on where they're going. I just need to be dodging what's coming at me. All the other butterfly bullets and the petals. And when I know it's doing the large blue ones, to just move to the side a little bit first. It's something that I was too overloaded. I was too nervous and overloaded to do properly, but I got through it. And I gotta tell you something. I have 2 lives. That means I cleared it. 8 bombs is more than enough to go through here. But I practiced this. I can capture this. I can capture 80% reflowering. It's in me. I was ready. I had been doing nothing but this for 2 days. I took that death, and here was my game plan and my promise to myself. If I died, I would bomb as the red bullets come down 4 times in a row. I would use every single one. No matter what. Don't risk it. Don't be a hero. Because just about 3 to 4 of them gives me a border, and now that I have the border, I can start dodging. Completely screwed it up because of nerves. That's fine. Use the last bomb. We're almost done. Because even if I die, I have 4 more bombs. But let me tell you, that's not happening. I am so excited over this. I even got enough point items because of how I was playing the earlier stages. I got a ton of point items and got even another life, which was ridiculous. I wasn't expecting that. I love Touhou. When I first started playing, my hands would shake too much, and I thought I couldn't play shmups. I couldn't play Bullet Hell, Danmaku, Touhou. I thought that was just something I would not be able to do, and I got over it. I got over my hands shaking while playing Touhou, and I got my first Lunatic 1cc. I feel a lot lighter right now. But I'm just really excited over this. I kind of can't believe I got here. I just really didn't expect that I'd be doing this someday, and here I am. Now I get to work on Imperishable Night, which will be exciting because that just ends with you failing a bunch of last words, right? Anyway, thanks for watching.